Hey everyone, welcome to Elevate Your Power Level, where we analyze the artwork, life lessons, and sports movements of anime. In this video, we'll be reacting to Kuroko no Basket episode 16. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications for weekly reaction videos, and sign up below for early access to all my videos. Now let's get this Kuroko party started. Ooh. Aumine's flame is blue. That crossing, that's like classic anime movement, just two people moving in different directions. Tetsu. Alright, so this is, in general, the drawings are pretty good, but for this scene, it just kind of looks awkward for Aomine to be jogging away from Kuroko, but not becoming smaller. So there's two things in perspective. We know that Kuroko is pretty small in stature, so it's normal for him to be taller, like actually higher in this point of view, because Kuroko is closer to the camera and Aomine is going away. But in animation and illustration, we always talk about pushing the pose, pushing the perspective. So one thing I would have done is make Kuroko even bigger, maybe just the upper half of his body, or from the wrist or his butt and up, to really exaggerate that perspective to get some more depth. And then I would have Aomine shrink as he's going back. And you don't even have to draw new images. You can cycle the same running cycle, but every cycle just gradually make each image smaller, and you can use computer automation for that to make him go further back into space, because it looks kind of awkward right now with Kuroko, like not the perspective not being as small as he could be, or big as he could be. See how Aomine is just kind of staying in place as he's jogging. Kuroko could be a lot bigger. Ooh, that was a well animated steal. And the no look pass. Ooh, that was really good. Okay, so this is where the animation's really good. So what the basketball player from the opposing team does a good job of is catching and shooting, and his body is kind of flowing from one side and then quickly popping up here. See how his kind of body decelerates, bounces up, and then goes for the shot. In for the swish. Let's go! Hear that phrase so many times. Everyone's dental health must not be very good in anime, because they're always grinding their teeth. Oh, what's he doing? Okay, it's going under. What was that? That did not look like a double clutch. Okay, so it's kind of hard to really see what's going on, and even if it's slow motion, I feel like when you animate something in slow motion, it should be extra obvious. But the reason why it's a little confusing here, because they're skipping frames, meaning here, looks like he's going up and then double pumping, like a double clutch here. But it looks like his hand's teleporting. When you should draw extra images, what we call tweens, or like in-between images, between the major poses. So from here to there should be like 10 to 15 different poses as they're going up and down. Yeah, kind of like just flies out of his hand. So that one didn't look as smooth or clean. We're only an opening act. They keep referring to that. I feel like the title of the last episode, or this episode, should be the opening act. But it's still early in the game. 10-4. Furihata. Gotta memorize his name. Wow, 151. And the crazy part is if they're able to achieve those scores without Aomine. is he always apologizing? Oh, so he does miss it, but someone's going to come and probably alley-oop it. Oh, the tip-in. Yeah, that's a good follow-up. So not only is Aomine a great player, but they have good teamwork. You add superstars on top of good teamwork, that's dangerous. Can someone clarify for me if it is legal? So the reason why I keep bringing up recruiting, because in the USA, at least in California, they're very strict on recruiting middle school athletes for high school players because they don't want younger athletes to be unduly influenced by external forces to decide where they're going to go to school. Even though that does happen unofficially, where coaches will kind of off the books recruit players, it's illegal, meaning a coach can't ask a middle school player, do you want to come play for us at our high school? So they're very strict on that. And I think it's just to protect the younger athletes that don't have a developed mind yet and aren't old enough to really make decisions about their future. And they should be making decisions about their academics and just focusing on doing well in school. At least that's the values of the USA. But they keep talking about gathering players from all over the country. So it looks like in Japan, coaches can actually talk to players. Now, players can actually reach out to high schools. Like if someone wanted to play for me at Monroe Catholic, which is the high school I coach at, they could email me and ask me questions about my program, but I can't, and I can answer them, but I can't say, come play for me, as much as I would love to. Now, if you're playing club basketball or club volleyball or club sport where people are paying to a private organization that's not associated with the school and just strictly sports, then coaches can recruit athletes that way. But when it comes to school, the USA is pretty strict on making sure that students go to school first and sports second. Gakuen? Okay, gotta memorize this team name because we'll probably see him later. Oh, the glare on the glasses, that's how you know it's serious. Full team play. Looks like the choppy animation's coming back. Alright, nice jump shot. Definitely got a different animator all of a sudden. Necks are longer. They look more childish. Why does it keep apologizing? I don't plan on losing this game. Tell your captain, you apologetic mushroom. Oh, but he apologizes for... Yeah, why? What's the mushroom reference? I'm sure they'll talk about that later. Setting a screen. Oh, but I bet you Kagami's gonna be there. Yeah, everyone looks a little more little boyish with this animation switch. Wow, Kuroko, he's not supposed to be fast. He's supposed to be slow and tired, but sneaky. Oh, and he can jump. Oh, he's gonna maybe pop it up. Oh, shoot. Yeah, what nationality are you, Mr. Redhead? Yeah, Kuroko doesn't do things on accident, so he must have had a purpose as to why he still jumped for the ball. Maybe he's conserving his energy. Yeah. Kedona. Is she gonna just like show her boobs all of a sudden for the fan service? Oh, so Midorima is watching the game. He can't resist. What's up with the Jack in the Box? Yeah, what's with the box? Oh yeah, superstition. But who is he wishing luck for? Maybe Kuroko? He can't admit that he wants to watch the game. I just noticed something. So other than Midorima changing his glasses, if you remember me talking from the Haikyuu reaction videos about sometimes animators will not draw certain parts of an object if the person is on the other side because they want to emphasize the person. And here you'll see that they eliminated the top part of the eyeglass frames of Midorima's glasses. So his glasses aren't actually like that, right? I don't think there's even a style. Maybe there's some glasses styles where you have the frame on top and nothing on the bottom, but here we have the frame going on the bottom is to show the expression of the eyes and the eyebrows. And so the animator has to choose what's more important, to show the full glasses frames, which is what we see most of the time when we look at Midorima, or at the moment to show the facial expression. And particularly eyebrows. Actually, even here with Kisei, you see how the hair is see-through. So they didn't completely eliminate the hair, but they wanted the bangs to go over the eyes. But you can see how the eyebrows and the eyes are still shown through because so much of the expression is shown through the eyes. Who is Momoi? Ah, the manager. Maybe play as a team. I'm still curious why she went to go to the school with Aomine instead of Kuroko. Okay, so maybe they're going to explain it now. That's probably every little high school boy's fantasy, to have a girl leaning over him. So that's cool that she's taking it just as seriously as a team manager. Unless she's kind of the informal coach. Ex-girlfriend, so they are not together. Oh, because he doesn't care, he's just focused on the game. So she seems more tame in this episode, maybe more serious. Oh, look at those eyebrows. She has that conniving look. Jump shot? Oh, he's gonna get his own alley-oop. With the box out from, so they got good defense as well. But I feel like Kuroko's gonna have something up his sleeve. Intelligence agent. Yeah, he looks so different than all the other episodes. I don't even recognize that Saturn player. Yeah, scouting your opponent is half the battle, knowing your opponent's tendencies. But looks like the Saturn coach has something else up her sleeve. Yes, humans grow and evolve. So looks like it's probably data versus instincts. Yeah, what evolution is Hyuga making? Oh, that was one of my favorite drills, putting a chair there and just practicing how to dribble around that. I did that so much as a kid. They got that horror type lighting, horror anime. So maybe Momoi is analyzing as she's watching and understanding their potential habits based on their body types and styles. Got distracted by this one. I'm assuming this is the coach. And even though the coach has short hair, the anime has been doing a good job making the coach look like a female. Here, it looks like the coach looks like a male. And I think it's because maybe the nose is a little bit too large, so they should have made the nose a little bit smaller. Maybe the jaw is a little bit too wide here, so a little rounder here. Not to say that women don't have larger noses and more square jaws, but at least to be consistent with how they're illustrating the female coach here. So that was a little distracting. Eagle Eye. Was that from the Saturn player? See, for this face, see the smaller nose and more curved jawbone. Speed move. Oh, a screen set by Kuroko. Because he's sneaky. Alley-oop into the dunk. So I'm curious if this was a play that they talked about ahead of time, or whether the coach knew they were going to do this just because she knows her players. It's the unpredictability. That is the key. What's up, everyone? I am in beautiful Oahu, Hawaii for my wedding anniversary. So that's why there will be no lunchtime crunch time for this episode. And it was missing from the last episode because I just wasn't in town to do it. And I didn't realize how many of you actually enjoyed my snack tasting sessions. So I apologize. Next episode, we'll be back on trying the snacks. But I also just want to share some beautiful footage from where we're staying in Oahu. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you in the next episode. 4-point game, not too bad. And this is still without Aomine. I think it's interesting that they made the coach with kind of more stylish hair and a loose collar to make him look a little less formal and maybe more cool. And I wonder if that was on purpose to show that this is like a top school with cool players, cool coaches. Data. I like how there's a mutual respect between the two female coaches. It's always up to those two. Rookie! Oh, there we got the Haikyuu stretch. This is like the signature stretch for every single anime. I bet you when we start watching the blue whatever soccer anime, they're kicking the ball, but bet you there's going to be a scene where someone's going to be stretching their arms. That must be like a required stretch in Japan. But they're going to misdirect him. Oh, the Akuma fireball punch. And we change animators again. Everyone looks different within the same episode. Is he going to pass it to somebody to draw the double block? Oh, he's just hanging in the air for a long time. That's funny. Uh-oh. His legs getting tired? Definitely the Kuroko and Kagami, one's extremely physical, one's extremely not physical. The complementary characteristics. Uh-oh. She needs to take him out. She reads his data that he's getting tired with his legs. But Kagami's not going to be happy. And the cat face. Maybe she saw like a slight slow landing. The beginning stages of fatigue. Like he probably landed a little bit wincing, a little bit hesitant. I like, that's a good coach though, staying ahead of the problems. Don't wait for the problems to happen. What moved? That was good animation right there. So the nice thing about this running cycle is that everyone's moving at different speeds. So the Gakuen, I think that's the team in black, is moving forward, the guy with glasses, and then we have someone coming in front here. And so everyone's moving at different paces and overlapping differently to make it have some nice depth to it. Four second years trying to process what he's saying. Yeah, how are they going to make up for the lack of size? Yeah, this is a good chance for the second years to show what they got. How does she tape it? I wish they would show what she did with his feet. Uh-oh. I hope this doesn't mean that Kagami is actually going to get injured. Maybe the dad taught her. Okay, so she's saying she's not a good enough coach to draw out the full potential of the non-Kagami players. I like Kagami even more. Aha, giving her feedback on how to be an even better coach while affirming how good of a coach she is. Now she's going to say something and charge him up. Itakoi! I hear that in so many animes, but that phrase, Itakoi, reminds me of one of my favorite games of all time, Puzzle Fighter. Before they have their one-on-one battles, they would always say something in Japanese, and it just gets you so pumped up, but definitely reminded me of my Puzzle Fighter days. Ooh, Aomine's here. Man, so personal. He put his arms around him, purposely trying to get on his nerves. Okay, second quarter, so halftime's coming soon. Hopefully that's going to pump up Kagami and give him extra energy. I'll be honest, I was a little distracted this episode with the changing of the animation. I think we had at least 3, maybe 4 different animators for each scene. Usually, at least for the beginning episodes of Kuroko and all of Haikyuu, they might have one animator for some of the more action scenes and then another animator for some of the talking and less complex scenes. But this one, every time they changed, like, I'm still learning all the different names of the different characters. So when people don't look the same throughout the episode, it's just extra confusing for me. But that's just how it goes when it comes to anime budgets. I'm really curious what's going to happen when Aomine comes in the game, because just when I feel like Gakuen is going to have an advantage, Kuroko does something interesting, or the coach does something interesting, I'm glad that this anime has kept things pretty unpredictable.